Ready? Okay, we'll go ahead and bring the Board of Works meeting to order. Tyler, were you given a chance to read the minutes from the previous meeting on February 7th?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
And I'll second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay.
For the record, you might say Craig's not here.
Oh yeah, just for the record, Craig Koshaw is out of town, so it's just us two for the Board of Works. Okay, first agenda item for the Board of Works is Trent Gamble. You want to come up? You know what?
This got moved.
Sorry. Okay. I believe you're asking for permission to do some burning out at the old Silverline property.
Yeah, if we clear some brush and have a brush pile when burned.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the gist of it.
Right.
Just need permission to burn that.
Right. I don't know, Tyler, have you had a chance to go out there and see it? It's in the corner there. It's not a real big pile or anything. I think that's just the route you have to go to burn in town like that. It's trees. It's not like it's tree.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, and I think wasn't something said if there is an issue they can put it out or someone complain.
Right. Kurt, where's Kurt at? Trent's here to talk about that the burn at the old Silverline property. Yeah, we don't have any problems with it.
I don't have any problem
Okay.
with it. It's just
All
an
right.
ordinance that if
Yep.
you want to do a burn, you gotta get Board of Works approval.
Okay. Okay. Want to make a motion to?
I'll make a motion for him to allow him to burn the brush pile.
Okay. I'll second that. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Hey, thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
All right, Chief Corral. Discuss incentives, and then you have to introduce a SOP for reserves. So, Captain John Summers, you want to just come up with him now?
This is something that I was asked to do a while ago, and after the chief conference last month in Indy, I did a lot of networking, and then I talked to surrounding police chiefs about some of the problems we're having is trying to get good candidates to apply. Now, these are just my suggestions, and my successor can either carry it on or make his own, but if I was still going to be here, these are what I was going to try to inform you about. One is that I noticed that for the police department, and I'm not talking for any other department, just my department, that we really need to change the way we hire. We're doing the same process when I got hired in 1994. We have made no improvement. But we have made improvement on take-home cars, upgrade our weapons, uniform style, cell phone. That was great and all, but now other departments are doing that also, not just us. So we're actually caught up with other departments. But I think that that's the first thing you need to do is you need to change our hiring process. One is a new officer does not get any vacation time. He's got to wait a full year before he gets a week's vacation before he can get at the PD. I checked with other surrounding departments. They're actually restructuring to get them 1 week. New Haven PD does a PTO time where an officer will get, after 90 days, up to 10 days off. So I think that's one thing that we need to do, because an officer doesn't get a week's vacations after 1 year. And then I talked about what we do here is, and I guess I never really understood this, and I explained this before, but an officer gets less than $1,000 on their base pay. I never really understood that, but it's hard to advertise a police job when you put the full amount in there and then put in parentheses minus $1,000 after 1 year of service. I think, to me, that needs to be dissolved because some other departments are not even doing that. They're trying to promote themselves with a decent wage. And then, if you look at our department now, we have about 7 to 8 officers with less than 5 years experience. I think we need to restructure the longevity. A Decatur officer that starts out will not get any longevity until 3 years of service. There's no incentive to stay between 1 to 3 years if they can find another high-paying job. So those are things I come up with, and those are things I discussed. That's just something you guys can chew on. It's not a decision that I'm looking for. I'm just doing what you told me, and I'm informing you what I learned. And then, like I said, my successor, he can take it from there and keep talking to you guys about it. Right now, when we hired Logan LeMaster, we only had 4 applications turned in, and that was like in a 3-week period. And we've been fortunate to have 1 good candidate out of 4 applications. The bad thing about it is, say if Logan would have failed his PERP exam, then we have to start from scratch again. As you know, it's very time-consuming to get an officer on the road. It's going to take about 1.5 years.
Right.
So we've been fortunate and blessed that he passed everything that he needed to do, and we've been very fortunate to get Jag Nunez back, which he's already trained already. So that was kind of the situation where we're in, but also in New Haven, Auburn, Huntington, who I reached out, they're all going. Every police department, small like us, is going through that.
Right.
And I know we can't keep up with the big city like Fort Wayne, but if we can just maybe work on some of those incentives, I think it might see some improvement. Seems like today's young officer, they look at benefits and that base pay.
Okay. I'll take that under advisement. I appreciate you running all that data for us. Okay. Also, you want to talk about a new SOP for reserve officers.
John is our captain of reserves, and he will be leading what we have reserves now, but we need to kind of restructure the program, so it's very outdated, but John did a good job. Other officers checked it out. They gave a thumbs up, so I'll let him explain.
I came to Decatur Police Department from the Sheriff's Department Reserve. I started there, I think, 2010. Chief Crowell got the position of chief. He wanted to bring me over to this department to help revamp the reserve program. There's only a couple guys. There wasn't a lot of structure and no formal document for training or expectations or anything. So I kind of borrowed a little bit from the Sheriff's Department. I guess revamped it a little bit to help better suit this department and give it the structure it needs and the protocols that need to be followed and the procedures for becoming a reserve. And eventually, hopefully, the reserve program is designed to be a stepping stone to go to full-time officers.
Right.
So in the past, since you've been there, some of the applicants that haven't been hired on full-time have been asked to come to the reserves and then start working their way up in the department, get to know the people and what's expected. So we got this revamped. You guys have any questions or like something else added, we can work that in and discuss it back with the reserve board.
John, I know that there are 3 phases for the reserve program, and they're each 12 months in length. Is that kind of standard for other departments, or is that how the Sheriff's Department handles it for reserve officers?
They only went 2 years and you're kind of out on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it's a slow progression for somebody that's volunteering their time and, there's a lot of training involved. I just thought that extra 12, it was kind of not a real formal probation, but it was, they'd still kick around. They had the merit board with the Sheriff's Department. But I'd like to have it, in writing so you're still, expected to be on probation and there's still standards that have to be met. And at the end of the day, the chief has discretion if he wants to dismiss you for whatever reason beyond this. it's still up to him too. I guess the short answer is just some more training and observation.
Okay.
So at what point are they allowed to ride on their own?
I believe after the 2 years, after the second 12-month phase.
Right. Okay.
I know in the phase 1, it seems like they're encouraged to, they have to participate and complete like their 40-hour pre-basic training program, and then they're encouraged to do additional ride-alongs and get additional training. Is it possible for the police chief, who has overall discretion, to accelerate any kind of reserve officer into a more independent role
Well, I'm sure-
in addition of, in
He would have
prior
to
to
be
like,
really, he would have to be really, focusing on it real quick.
okay.
But we do have a reserve board,
hmm
and we hear the officers give us their input on a certain reserve. If we want to speed it up a little bit, if he's making some good progress, or he or she, I should say. But,
Okay.
but that's kind of very rare.
Sure.
And it also depends on the person's time that they can put in.
Mhm.
For example, if you go through flight training, you need to have 40 hours of flight training.
Right.
If you go once a month to meet that minimum, you're going to meet that minimum of 40 hours, but you're going to, every time a month goes by, you're going to lose some of that. You're not going to retain as much, so it's going to take longer. So if you would go, obviously, more recurring and frequent, then you retain.
It's better retention.
Right.
I guess that was my question too, is could you speed up that process if it was somebody that showed up, every week to ride for a few hours?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is structured off of something, they have an 8 to 5 job, or work second shift, have a family,
Right.
so it could be dependent on the person.
Right.
Okay.
Does this affect like some of the officers that just went to the reserves that are already officers? Are they still in a probationary period?
We've pretty much been following this without having anything written down. This is kind of just formalizing anything and getting into the police department manual.
Okay.
And if this is adopted, it may be something, we've had a couple of officers who have stepped down from full-time roles into reserve positions. Do they automatically go to phase 3, or are they back to like plain clothes for?
No, they would meet all the.
Right.
Okay.
This is an introductory.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to ask.
Is that what
I guess
you were-
that's I was
is that what you were
getting at.
asking?
Might not have hit it the right way, but
Yeah.
The other thing was, John, I saw in phase 1 that it requires the candidate to get an Indiana-issued handgun permit. With the constitutional carry, do they still issue permits now?
Good question. They still do issue them. It's for reciprocity.
I think it's great for people to still go ahead and get the permit if they're issuing it.
That'd be something that'd be up to you guys to approve or deny. If you want to keep it in or you want to get rid of it.
Okay. So this would be something that would have to be written in ordinance, probably, right? To adopt an SOP.
It's generally approved by the Board of Works. So you would entertain a motion to approve it as presented, or make recommendations for potential changes, and then review the changes and adopt it or approve it at the next meeting.
Bill, let me also, I guess, recant that. That carry permit might be a good pre-qualification. If they're not even able to get a carry permit, they're not going to be able to be a police officer anyhow.
Right.
So
Right.
it couldn't be a washout tool.
Okay.
Not getting the person or the department involved.
I would say we take this under advisement and look at it again when Craig's here and we have a full Board of Works and before we pass it. But I appreciate you doing all this work, John. This is good material. But I think we take this and see if there's any revisions we need to make and move forward with it.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Lenny, while you're up here, Lenny's, Chief Corral is asking for permission to remain on the Decatur Police Department as a reserve officer.
Only if he starts at phase 1. I think that.
Which phase you can put him at?
3-1.
I do want to stay on because with my new job, there's a possibility that police credentials in the future might go into that. So I would like to remain a reserve and keep my police credentials going to accomplish that, if that's the way the hospital is going to lean toward. Pretty much right now, I got all my mandated hours in. We had at the chief conference, we had act-outs, which does a lot of the required training that you need by the state, so I accomplished that. Then we just finished our firearms with our new Glock, so I'm pretty well caught up, but I do like to stick around, and be on the reserve program, work under John, and
Well, we know we need fill-ins here and there. So,
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
I'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion to allow him to go on the reserves.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
John, how many reserves are
It's all for 2 others.
there? You be number 4?
Yep.
3.5, what? I see Ben Beers here, so we're opening up these,
Yeah, so the community crossings grant,
Yep.
and then we got the street material equipment and everyone.
he's here for just this, right? For USI. Ben, you want to come forward? We have Ben Beer here from USI Consultants, and we have some grants to open up from the 2022-2 Community Crossings Matching Grant. Matt, you want to come up here too?
We'll make the legal notice matter record.
I'll make a motion to make the legal notice a matter of record.
And I'll second that. Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. By the way, I do want to say thank you to USI for helping us again with the Community Crossings Grant. This is a wonderful program that Governor Eric Holcomb started a few years back. It's helped pave many streets in many communities. So, and thank you guys for helping us with this.
There's 2 copies here.
So these. Are these all? These are the
Yeah,
community
it's all
crossings.
3 of them.
Okay.
There's 3.
So they got 2 copies in here.
Yeah, I'll have 2 copies. They did, but I don't believe them.
I was just looking for all of the required things to even be able to. Can I see the legal notice? I mean, I know it needs to be.
Do you want to read this one?
Or not.
Okay, here's the table of contents.
Okay.
Got them on here if you want to look them up. 496 on page 36. bear with us on this when we're opening up these contracts, or these bids. We have to make sure that all the legal documentation's included in the bid.
Okay. State Con 96, and then bid bond on 42. Okay. And then contracts and actual bid. What do we have here?
Yes, I'll be closing the page. Total bid.
Is it?
No, this is, let's see here.
I think the total bid is right here.
So is that including all these? Oh yeah, this is each individual one then.
Each street is in
Yeah,
there.
so this is the,
Do they should have a summary. Usually they put a summary of all of them.
Right here.
You found it. Yeah.
no, that's Mercer, sorry. That's Mercer Davis. There's maybe more right here. Here you go.
Ben, is there 18th Street? Do you remember? Is there 18th Street? 13.
Here's 13 right there.
There you go. Got it.
Yeah, it'll be that page there. Okay. Z&B. Oh, Z&B paving.
Okay. All right, so E&B Paving is a responsive and responsible bidder and meets all of the bid qualifications and has a total installation bid of $1,206,978.05. So E&B Paving, total bid $1,206,978.05. What's the company? E&B Paving.
There on the lot, thank you.
I'll make sure that they're... This is Wayne Asphalt.
Yeah.
All right. So Wayne Asphalt is also a responsive and responsible bidder, and they have a total bid of $1,000,000 $1,078,607 even. So Wayne Asphalt, $1,078,607. The only thing I did not see is that bid bond, so I know it's in here
I
somewhere.
saw bid bond. This is it. Did you find a form?
Yes,
Okay.
the top page.
Get you here.
Okay. All right, so Brooks Construction Company, Inc. is a responsive and responsible bidder, and they have a total installation bid of $1,052,685.36. So Brooks Construction, $1,052,685.36.
Okay, those are our three bidders, community crossings work. Again, thank you USI for helping, and thank you to those bidders for giving us bids. Again, this is a great program that the city, it's a 75-25 match, I believe, the state's putting on, so Ben, we'll take them under advisement.
I'll make a motion to take them under advisement.
I will make a second. Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Anything from, you want to add, Ben?
You know, I was just going to comment that the engineer's estimate for great bids was 1.249947, so 1.249947.
Good.
So.
Good.
That's awesome.
All right, we'll get a
Yeah.
bunch of streets paved then.
Yeah.
And we will take them, if that's okay with you, and analyze and put a bid tab together, and then you can have them back for your award the next meeting, if the board's okay with that.
Okay.
Great.
Matt, you have anything you want to add to this?
No, I'm
You
good.
sure? You're just a pretty face, huh?
Do you want a rubber band for them?
Thanks, Matt. Okay, well, I guess we'll stick with, Matt, you want to stay up here, I guess? We have the open bids for street materials, equipment, and labor for 2023.
And we'll need to make a legal matter of record for that, too.
I'll make a motion to make the legal matter of record.
Second that, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Okay. What? Okay. No, I think, okay, so this one's a little different where it's just not a total bid for a job. This is for
Like equipment?
materials, equipment, and labor for the year 2023. So we can give a few of the items off of their bid, and then it'll go under advisement, and we can accept one or all three of the bids for them to do work in the next year, right, Matt? Okay. If you want to just pick a couple of the items.
Okay. I'll try to find that.
If I'm not mistaken, the last couple of years we've accepted all three bids and then allowed the Jeremy and Matt to pick who to go with at a certain time, depending on who's available.
Okay, so this bid is from Fleming Excavating. Like the bid for equipment, for example, for one mini excavator, it would be at a rate of $190. For
3 cubic foot.
right, that's for three of them.
Well, it's a 3 cubic foot. I think it's
For three.
just one 3 cubic foot front end loader.
Okay, would be for $235. A 10-inch diesel pump would be at a rate of $100. So, and then recycled concrete at $10, and number 53 recycled asphalt at $9.
So that's stone concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to check all the necessary paper?
I did.
She's
Oh, you
on
did?
that.
I did.
All right.
Mhm.
The 496.
Mhm. Okay. That's more for the materials.
What's that?
Oh, so Wayne Asphalt is the second bidder, and they're a responsive and responsible bidder as well. I gotta be honest, I don't know materials, Matt, but they have asphalt emulsified AE-T and AE-NT at $4.25 per gallon. They have,
These are different asphalts with binder and surface.
yes, so different types of, so binder number 8 and number 9 would be $70 per ton, and, you know, surface number 9, which is 12.5 millimeters at 80 per ton, and surface number 11, which is 9.5 millimeters at $90 per ton. So how finely it's ground? Okay. And I saw materials, or equipment list, I thought, in here.
Yeah, I would say, and if they have all their documents,
Just take them under
let them
advisement?
advise them, yeah.
Okay.
This is Brooks.
Okay. subdivision. Yep. So the final bid is from Brooks Construction, and they're a responsive and responsible bidder too. So Matt, I'm gonna let you do your thing, and you can compare and contrast.
Motion.
I'll make a motion to take all the bids under advisement.
And I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thanks again to the bidders.
That went to with Fleming.
So it goes into plumbing. Do you want me to keep them for Jeremy, or do you want them? Okay.
Okay, Kevin, I think you have a couple things up here.
And everybody,
You want another?
copy. The first one is from Dixon Engineers. That's what we've used to paint our water towers and do our inspections on our water towers. We painted the east tower last year. We've kind of committed to doing one tower a year to offset the cost. This year we're planning on doing the south tower on Line Street. This contract is just for their professional services to help us with getting the bid specs, putting out the bid, all that kind of stuff before we actually get to the painting of it. It's a company we've used forever to do all of our tank work, so
Right.
just looking for approval to get their contract approved, so we can get the design and specs out and get that bid hopefully this year.
I think they did a great job for us last year with the work on the East Tower. They found the bidders for us, and even with the Belmont logo that was put on there and the different design, it was still, I believe, $50,000 under the next bidder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did.
If not 70.
Right. So,
I'll make a motion to move forward with Dixon.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign.
I have the contract, I'll get, or if you can sign one of those too, I can get it from you.
Okay.
Tonight or tomorrow. The second one is with Peerless Midwest. That works on all of our well pumps. We had an issue with well number 3 out here at the East Plant, our new wells. One of the wells that broke suction and started sucking air. We were drawing it down too far. It was probably over a year ago it started. We dialed that well back to get it within its limits again, but it did cause some damage to the bowl assembly. When air gets into those pumps, it causes cavitation and pitting in those bowls. So there's going to be some repairs, and while they're doing that, they're going to go through and blast the well with air and acid to try and clean it out and open up some more fractures to make that well produce as productive as it was when it was first drilled. So yeah, this contract is with them. That's another one of those companies. We do all of our well pump work with Peerless. Like I said, $66,000 is quite a bit of money, but for expensive work to pull those pumps that are a couple hundred feet below ground. It was still working, it's just causing vibrations, and the more that goes on, the more other things start breaking down. So
Yeah.
trying to get it fixed and move forward. Any questions with that at all?
Those pumps aren't under any kind of warranty or anything, or?
Not anymore. It's been just over 2 years. Like I said, when it first started breaking, it was over a year ago when I first started doing it, and then now it's just the vibrations are enough you can feel them in the well house. A couple hundred feet up from where the official pump is.
It's a lot of money to clean out a well, but I think it's...
Yep. Gotta maintain the water. Is it getting lowered at all? Or is it?
Not since initially. It lowered the levels initially when we first started up the plant, but it's leveled off. That's why we backed that pump off with the VFD, so it wasn't pumping as high, so it stays in the stays in the
Right.
water.
But at that level, that well, is it going down at all, or, I mean, are they
I
gonna
don't
move?
think it's adjusted, I don't think it's went down at all since we adjusted the VFD.
Okay, I mean, I'll make a motion to move forward with Peerless to get this well back in service.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Jeff, you're asking for approval for a donation for out-of-service equipment to Area 18, I believe. You want to explain to everybody what Area 18 is first?
Area 18 is a class down at South Adams, excuse me, that takes high school students and puts them through the same training that a volunteer firefighter, career firefighter gets their initial certification. So they're coming out of school certified as a firefighter. We have supported them in the past. Every now and then I go down and help teach. What I'm requesting is we have our ladder belts that we wear on our ladder. They're 10 years old. No matter what, if they were brand new or used, multiple times NFPA requires us to decommission them. These belts are pretty well brand new, and we have to purchase new. So I'm asking permission to donate them to the South Adams School to use on their extension ladders. And I'm also asking if I can just, anytime we have equipment that is outdated, that they can use and is not deemed unsafe for them to use, that I can donate to them and just have Phyllis make it a matter of record. That way I don't have to keep coming in front of you every time we have something go out. Because all soft goods, gear, helmets, gloves, any harness, rope, anything over 10 years has to be decommissioned for a purpose to use. That's where our air packs went last fall.
Okay. I think it's great that you're doing this. I mean, I think it's awesome that these kids are learning this in high school and they come out of there trained. And if we can't use them anymore, it makes sense to allow these students to use them.
I'll make a motion for him to move forward with this donation and future donations that he deems fit.
I just told Jeff he could keep record of what he's donating, and then we'd keep it on file if it's an asset, and we would keep a record that it's been donated.
Okay. And I'll second that motion. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Okay, we need to make a matter of record the certificate of appointment and oath of office for Police Patrolman Logan the Master.
I'll make a motion to make that a matter of record.
I'll second that. Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. We also need to make a matter of record the conditional employment contract with Logan the Master.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Motion is second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Did you have anything else for Board of Works?
Did you do that?
Okay. Did you have anything else for Board of Works?
Here for Board of Works, or they're all here for council?
I think, is everyone here for the council meeting? I believe, is anybody have anything for the Board of Works?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the Board of Works meeting.
I'll second that. Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we'll start the council meeting in 10 minutes.